Why will you allow your love to be silenced in this way? Do something now, as tomorrow may be too late. Reverend Esther Ajayi allegedly cried out to Ooniofife, and calls for quick action. You heard me well. According to the story, okay, Reverend Esther Ajayi, was said to have cried out, while speaking to KBC on phone recently, just upon getting feelers, that the government of your state is insisting on bringing the organizers, of the Ibadan Stampede to full justice, regardless of the growing calls for understanding and mercy. You heard me well. You recall that there have been plethora of calls, appeals, to the Oyo State government to temper uh, justice with mercy and stuff like that. There has been that petition that a lot of people have signed, including yours sincerely and a lot of Queen Naomi fans. So there has been that growing appeal, you know, all over the country, that there should be mercy, that people should understand that the organizers, that is Queen Naomi, was actually doing this thing to help these innocent kids, before things turned the way they went. Okay, so but the thing is, as we speak now, there are avalanche of information in the social media, making the rounds, that the Oyo State government, is not ready to back down. They want to prosecute this matter, to its very logical conclusion, and rightly so. Okay, so recall she was Reverend Esther Ajayi, was reported to have actually visited Queen Naomi, recently, where she saw things for herself firsthand. And I don't know, go into the story of how she got there, how she almost cried just seeing Queen Naomi in that situation, but again, she was there, and she has always been there, so, she used that opportunity to pray for her, so she knows what exactly Queen Naomi is going through, as somebody who, has always been used to this soft life. All of a sudden, she's now in Agodi Correctional Center. So she feels her pain, having gone there firsthand, and also knowing the character of the person we are talking about. Okay, so now talking about the determination of the government, to let the full weight of the law, descend on those found culpable. One will really, one cannot really fault the government, or any government for that matter, for speaking that way. Because for God's sake, we are talking about 35 children who have died in this stampede. And it is expected that any serious government, any sane government, will speak in this manner. Even though not forgetting the fact that the organizers, Queen Naomi, wanted to do something great for the people. But don't forget that the governor, by virtue of his position, is the father of all. Okay, so why also maybe trying to understand the peculiarity of the situation with Queen Naomi, you also expect that is going to be on the side of the families who have lost these kids. So it's a delicate balancing that is going to happen here. And whatever it is, that is why I keep saying that we all need to continue to pray. Okay, so so this is understandable if the government of your state, is saying they want to use the full weight of the law, in doing whatever they want to do. It is within their right. Like I said, 35 kids. It is life we are talking about here. Okay, so like I said, it's a delicate balancing. Okay, so, but I want to use the opportunity to once again, commiserate with the families of those, I mean, children who have died. I want to use the opportunity to commiserate with the families. May their souls continue to rest in peace. Amen. So, having said that, Reverend Esther Ajayi, who is like a godmother to Queen Naomi and an age-long friend to KBC, is re-echoing her concern because, she knows, more than any other person that Queen Naomi, I mean, didn't set out to massacre these innocent kids. That's what she's saying right now. Okay, all she wanted to do was to bring smiles, to these very hungry and vulnerable children, as she has always done for over a decade now. Yes, you heard me well. This is not the first time she's setting out to do this sort of funfair. She has always done this, even while she was at the palace. She has done this, and no other person that our dear KBC has attested to this, and it has always gone on smoothly until this very 18th of December, 2024, when the enemy struck. Okay, so I'm not surprised that Rev Esther Ajayi, I mean, a friend to both Queen Naomi and Ooniofife, is coming out at this time because she's seeing what we are saying. She's reading what we are reading. And I know the impression out there, I mean, and is the fact that people feel, okay, Ooni of Ife has not come out enough to speak, for Queen Naomi. Courtesy of that communique that came out of the palace when this issue happened. I think the thing is, we should not forget that Ooni of Ife is the spiritual leader of the entire Yoruba race. Okay, Ibadan is part of that Yoruba race, and 35 children are involved. So, in as much as he would have loved to, I'm just saying now, he would have loved to come out to say, okay, do like, but I don't think it is also proper, as a father of all, to come out and pull his weight openly. So sometimes I tell people that maybe he's pulling his weights, you know, back doors, maybe he's pulling his weights at the background, and not coming out, and that might be deliberate, because I don't want to believe that he's just there keeping quiet, if not for Queen Naomi's sake, no matter how he has been remoted, as is being alleged. Okay, if he's not going to do anything for Queen Naomi's sake, how about the son, Tadenikawo, who we all know he loves so much? Okay, so I want to thank Reverend Esther Ajayi for coming out at this time, because she is saying what you and I are saying. She is reading what you and I are reading, and she knows the implication of not doing enough. Okay, for those who have been following this Queen Naomi's custody issue very closely, you will have realized that earlier today, that is today Tuesday, that's few hours back, Queen Naomi bill application was heard, at the Oyo State High Court, Court 8 precisely. Okay. After listening to the submissions, an argument of the counsel, a point of law, Justice Olawoyi, yes, Justice Olawoyi, I think I got that name right, adjourned ruling on the bail application till Tuesday, January 13th, as we earlier, reported. So Queen Naomi, was represented by a son. You already know that she has a son working with her. So this son represented her. His name is Musibau Adetumubi. Okay, I hope I got that name right. Okay, so the state team, however, filed a counter application against this bill, and this is expected. Okay, because the state is representing the 35 pi children, because this is expected. Okay, so it's not a surprising thing. Okay, so expectedly they filed their counter. They did a counter file, and at the end of the day, you know, this the state team, was led by the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Mr. Abiodun Aikomo. I hope I got this name well. Okay, so he is the one that led top officials of the Ministry, of Justice. Okay, or your state. So don't forget, the offense we are talking about here, that Queen Naomi is charged with is culpable homicide. And of course, some of you may know that this offense is punishable by life imprisonment, or minimum of 5 years, and a fine depending on the situation and how everything pans out. Okay, so this is the situation now. So this is uh, 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 um, how tough the situation is. This is the reality on ground. So if all hands must be on deck, it is right now, because looking at what is out there, the state government is saying they will prosecute, they will do this, they will do that. Like I keep saying, they have a right to absolutely speak in this manner, because like I said, 35 lives were lost. And don't forget that the state government, is also the father of these innocent cry children. So you don't expect them to wash and fold their hands akimbo and just let this thing go like that. So definitely they will do what they can do, while also understanding, or while we the rest of us are praying, for the understanding, in this whole matter, especially recognizing or taking cognizance of the good intention of Queen Naomi. Okay. So I'm sure it is based on this whole thing that is going on, and just looking at the fact that it seems like enough is not being done by our dear KBC. That is why Rev Esther Ajayi has cried out. Okay, and this is why she's crying out very loud and saying to KBC right now, do something now, for tomorrow may be too late. Okay. So this is what is coming up. Don't forget, this content is based on rumor and speculations online and should not be taken as fact. I'm going to be back soon, okay? God bless you. Bye bye.